or you just maybe you're behaving out of inherited trauma, because we inherit trauma through our parents, because you got to learn through your parents. You're an animal. You see animals on the plain in Africa, you're somewhat that type of thing, but you're just a walking and talking and just you think you're rational, but you're not rational. You are so like you're not rational at all. Like if you
Yeah, you
think
should see my journal. It's just red rum, red rum, red rum, red rum.
Going crazy.
but that you
No,
should
my journal's actually my best friend. You know, he actually helps me out a lot. You know, he enforces my opinions about all this shit. Makes me
yeah.
feel like I'm not that crazy. You know. Just,
Well, look, we're like each one of you a little bit crazy, each one person, but you're like just sitting here going, I'm master of my domain. I've got this shit together.
yeah, they're not wise to it at all.
I think the fact that we can accept that we're all irrational and we all break down and cry, or we all get angry, or we all overeat, we all do whatever, right? We all overconsume stuff. We all think that buying stuff will make us happy. We all think we have $1 million will make us happy. We all think the same goddamn thing. And it's like, we're all the same. Like we all have emotions going through us. And we have wishful thinking and all this stuff. And we're just doing the same stuff. But we all look at, like we look at people like with their mask on, because when we represent each other in the everyday world, we have to put our mask on, because if someone, like I'm not dating any one of you, right? So like you're never going to see my irrational side when things are like going crazy for me, because like you have that when you're close to somebody, you can let your hair down, like you can let things out, just like, but Bendik, we allowed you to vent and whatever, and you, because it's like we all got like a thing going on, we can release that, but like we don't ever get really close to somebody, so we always think like everyone has their shit together more than you know what I mean, and that's the wrong thing to think about.
Yeah, I got a little sappy last time, so I had to make up for it. You know, I had to be a little assertive. You know, come in here.
Yeah,
No,
you're
no.
25 now, for fuck's sake. You're
Yeah,
getting
dude,
on.
don't fuck with me. You know, no.
We all know Bendik's jacked. That's why he's never going to show himself. He's all jacked. He's
yeah,
huge.
jacked in the gut. You know,
He's
I
on
got
the
a big
roids. He's on the
gut
roids.
muscle.
That's why he's so angry all the time. He's on the roids and he's like, "Ah, fuck." But he
Who
made
here's
that
doing
look.
No Nut November this month?
Oh, yeah, you're doing it.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, congrats. I've been doing it for the past
Congrats.
like 6 months.
Congrats on not being a fucking degenerate porn addict.
we all got it.
yeah.
We all have it. I think most men are, like addicted to that, because it's like crack. Like if someone came and gave you it's like heroin. If someone came and gave you heroin right now, you'd probably get addicted to it. Like probably. So like it's don't be so hard on yourself. And it's there on the internet and it's free. That's the problem.
It's
Like
enticing. It's like fucking daring me to click it, but I'm not going to.
1 second. I'll be right back.
Bog rolls with her.
People still
I'm
buy tons of
struggling
toys.
to carry him. I said, what on earth are you doing? And everyone's at it. They're going out like buying stuff. Just like, we're not going to run out of food. People just don't seem to get the message.
Are they still doing it, Colin?
Oh, yeah.
Really? They're still freaking out?
Yeah, I was saying I just saw a woman the other day walking up the road with about 40 bog rolls in her arms. She couldn't even carry it.
A lot longer than I thought.
Just crackers. We've just gone back into lockdown now, so.
It's
you're
shitty
back
times.
into lockdown. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we've got a lot of cases cleared, and so we're unlocking now. Supposedly, we're probably going to go. It probably is going to be a second one, isn't there? So, but yeah.
Our fucking country, you should have heard them this week. They were like, on Monday, they were like, oh, okay, we're going to do a little bit more restrictions on this stuff, this stuff, this stuff. And on Wednesday, they were like, okay, this is not going to work that well. And then on Friday, everything's shut down. Stop, stop, stop. Everyone go home. Don't go outside. Just put on a fucking, respirator.
Yeah.
Plug in food intravenously. Don't even eat. Don't even open your mouth. Don't even look at someone,
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted so, Bendik, because I know like I've going through, I'm like, for the whole like porn addiction and stuff like that, I'm almost on that really understanding of really why it's happening within me. And I never like to really say I'm good or bad, you're never good or bad with it. When you start to going like, I'm really good with it, you know what happens? You fail and then you go and watch it again. That's the problem with it. So like you,
It sneaks up on you.
hey,
Yeah, it sneaks up on you.
yeah, like you one little stressful thing, you know, oh man, I really want to look at it, and like you look at it, you have a little peep, and then it just opens the door. It's like this, and it's like a little bit more. It's like that, and you're like, it's like that, and then you start looking at it more. And you're like, I'll just look at it, and then you're like, your stupid monkey brain's like, well, I got to get something out of it, and let me just like, like go through with it.
I have the perfect fucking video for this. I don't know if it's relevant, but you're gonna get a laugh out of it.
So I watched one video that really helped me. I had really bad cravings, I think 2 days ago, like super bad. I got through it though. Like I got through it and managed to get a really good understanding that even just saying that has put my brain like, oh, maybe you'll go back to it. But like you're never clear of the beast and all this thing. It's managing it, right? And what it said is every time that you resist it, you actually build up your willpower. And there's actually, I've forgotten I'm not sure if it's not the prefrontal, I forgot the name for this part of your brain, build up.
Lobe or cortex or something?
So like people who are addicts, right? They build this. So the good thing about being an addict, there's a good thing. You build I think the prefrontal cortex becomes much stronger. So like once you get off an addiction, your willpower to build it up. So people who have addictions and they clear their addictions have a much stronger willpower not to go back to their addiction because they've had to build up. It's like going to the gym and training a muscle. I'm going to be stronger than you, right? Because I've built that willpower. But a lot of people don't get over it. So like every time that you relapse and you just do it like once and don't do it again, and you go out and spread you're building willpower. It's like taking a day off the gym. You feel a little bit weaker, but if you go every day, you're going to feel stronger, but depending on what you do, right? But so you build the willpower up. So even if you relapse, it's not the end of the world. You will learn something from it. And you're like, okay, like why did it happen? Why did it trigger? And note it down, right? But note it down that you've become stronger with every attempt that you've done. Don't think you're like back to square one. That's one thing that was really good to hear. But I'll try
tough, man. It's like a Pandora's box. Like you don't know what heroin's like, but if you try it, you're gonna fucking that is the devil, and you're never gonna be able to unsee that. You know what I mean? Like you're never gonna be able to know what it's like. Like when you were 10, right? You didn't even think about jacking off. You were not even interested in it. Like girls, you just stayed away from them, man. Fucking cooties, all of them. You know, just away you go. And then suddenly, 12 years old, 13 years old, it's over. You're no longer innocent. You're no longer.
It's procreation, and that's why it's so addictive because we were meant to be highly addicted to this thing, and what I realized, if I relapsed 2 days ago, I would be like this and then having to pick myself up again. But now I'm still like that, right? I didn't relapse.
It's like a hangover, right?
Hey, yeah, you get.
Sorry.
Well, okay, it's like the longer you go on streaks, you know what the weird thing is? Even if I went out and had sex, I would get a fucking relapse. That's what shits me about doing this now, because I'm not sure if it's a super sensitivity to just my serotonin then releasing. I think it's a combination of still withdrawing, my brain resetting. I'm still in the reset phase because if I've done it since like 12 and 13, my brain has a huge thing to reset from, like my dopamine. So like even if I go off and do the natural thing, I'm still dumping a bunch of dopamine, and I will have to it's not the same thing as looking at porn, but there is still a feeling of a hangover, only a little bit. But like if you looked at porn, yes, you get a massive dump because that's what your brain is wanting the most of, and that's what it's programmed to get, massive dump of serotonin from the pornography, and then it just goes whoosh, and then you get a massive hangover. So
I'll say this though. I think the point of like, I think there's nothing inherently wrong with jacking off. It's just the addiction part of it, you know? Like you can be
Yeah.
addicted to alcohol and you can always like have a hangover and you can get like a bigger tolerance to it and you're going to need more and more and more and more. Or you can drink in good company occasionally, right?
Mm.
Like occasionally you'll have sex with someone you really like and then you won't have that feeling anymore because you're not dependent on it. You can just use it for procreation or for pleasure.
It's
Just
yeah,
like heroin, you know, you can find your buddy, you know. You
well,
can
this is
sit
the
down on the couch together and you can do fucking, you
do
know.
heroin, but that's the problem, right? So like you open Pandora's box, and the thing is, it's like I could go off. So I had an option. I was saying, Andrea, I ordered all this really shitty food, like vanilla slice, like I wanted Tim Tams, I wanted all this crappy food because I had like a real stressful week, and then I questioned myself. I was like, I am stressed, right? I didn't push it into porn. I didn't push it into overeating. I didn't push it into socializing. I just was content with myself. But then I was like, oh, I'm going to order food and I'm going to order all this food because I want to treat myself. And then I was like looking at myself. I'm like, no, that food would make me feel like crap. So then I reordered all natural food that I could eat lots of, like nuts or like some really dark chocolate. And that's it. That's all I got. Nothing else. And some potato that I'll make like a sweet potato chips and nice potatoes with just like garlic and whatever like on it, like so close to natural that even if I ate it, I wouldn't be getting that feeling of a high feeling. And so I was close to doing that. So like you could binge on a little bit, but like you have to. What they say is maybe you can go and do heroin with your friend when you're happy, but then you actually don't need to do the heroin because you're happy. Do you get it? Like,
Yeah, like dude, it's
yeah,
the need, you know, it's
Yeah.
the need part that's fucked up. But if you can, when you just say, I could probably eat a donut right now. I don't need to.
yeah,
You gotta be a little stoic with yourself, right?
mm,
I can eat a donut and I can enjoy it. I don't need another one, you know what I mean? Like if you the when once the need comes in, like, oh god, I need another one. I need that coffee. I need that whatever. That's what's fucking you. That is what is
Yep.
yeah.
the fucking seed of corruption in your brain. If you can put that in the fucking trash can and just have a positive relationship with it, I think it's not that big of a deal. But
We're all,
a lot
I
of people
think,
just are slaves to themselves.
but I
So
think we're all a little bit slaves to ourselves.
yeah, for sure. I'm not perfect. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just sitting here preaching like a fucking priest, but I'm not. You
you're
know?
just like
So
jacking it right now, aren't you?
well, you know, I've
That's
Yeah.
why you don't have a camera.
Yeah,
I
he's,
have free
he's
hands,
constantly,
believe it or not.
he's constantly going at it. But yeah, all right. Just
You know,
watch your
whenever you see a red
addiction.
mic, you know,
Hey,
no. Okay, relax.
where's my other
Jesus
hand?
Christ, no. No, I'm saying whenever you see a red mic, you know, that's.
Okay.
But that was too much. That was too much.
But yeah, like I guess it lessons to everyone, just because you know dopamine is the only thing that's gonna motivate you to do anything, to get up out of bed, to do the thing. Like, so if you can control your dopamine intake of things, like anything, you can be more motivated because you'll be like, I've got all this fucking energy. I need to do something. Don't go and eat food. Don't go and jack off. Don't go and like on social media. Like just let yourself sit and be like, what the fuck do I want to do with
That's the
my life?
need again. See, you can be addicted to working too. That's the fucked part. You have to say, I want to work. I don't
Yeah,
have
but
to, but I
what you love to do.
Yeah.
That's so with Andrea, she wants to go and like think about changing paths, right, in her life. And so I go, we're gonna have to do something you actually love to do. She's like, I want to do hair, but like that's just not, yeah, it's like go and do something you actually love. Like I think you doing hair is like because you want to do work and maybe it's addictive to make money, which it is. So you have to question long game, like what you don't want to be doing. Yeah, it's the long game. Like as Benedict says, work's addictive and you can get stuck into being like working. There's plenty of people that work jobs that pay really well And I mean, there's only so much money. There's only so much money you actually do need, and there's only so much fun you can actually get from money before it becomes stale too. So, like, it's the work that's going to get you through the other end of not being an addict.